been great to have you in the course. How's everything coming along?
Working on just kind of getting up to speed with things and working on just kind of getting myself familiar with the courses. I have been doing a couple of practice tests here and there, just a couple of questions. So it's definitely a little bit different than what I'm used to. Usually I am just kind of reading out of a book on my own. So it's kind of nice to have the videos and to have you explaining things for sure.
Fantastic. And what's your target test date?
January.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I know you've got a lot going on in your personal life, so it's great that you're allowing enough time to really get the LSAT material down. We're speaking now mid-September, so you've got about 4 months, which is enough time to make anything happen, even with all the changes going on in your life, new location, new job, and all of that. So I'm glad you'll be able to carve out the time, it sounds like, as you dig into the course. So I know you've been attending the classes as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
I'd say right now it's honestly my time. I actually quit a full-time job because I have a lot of extracurriculars and I've been trying to cut back on those. I don't know if you can tell, but I am actually out at the barn right now. I live here. There's a house on property and unfortunately the internet is out, so I'm using the barn Wi-Fi. But I work in the mornings and then sometimes in the afternoons and then evenings. So it's kind of spontaneous. So sometimes we have something come up or I have to work somebody else's shift. But honestly, it's a lot easier than working a full-time job because I'd work a 9 to 5, I'd come home and I'd just be exhausted. So it's nice to be able to have a couple hours in the afternoon or the evening to work on my studying or to work on my extracurriculars instead of having to cram it all in from 5 p.m. to 9:30 at night. So.
Well, fantastic. Well, it's good that it sounds like you can kind of get away from most of the distractions and just buckle down and focus in there.
Yeah.
And having Wi-Fi in a barn, that's not something I would have expected, let alone for it to be better than the Wi-Fi in the house. So that's good.
I'm working on getting a hotspot because I'm sure, I don't know what the test is going to look like in January, but if I need to take the flex, I'll be doing it here. So if not, I'll be doing it wherever the test center is. So.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing January is going to be a flex and maybe even February too. And so, well, you can get a hotspot, you can have Wi-Fi in the barn. I would say if you can, and LSAC will pay for it, you could take it at a hotel. They'll reimburse you up to $125. And the hotel internet, if you can get it plugged in, like with an Ethernet cable, that's probably better than what you would get with Wi-Fi or a hotspot. And if you're talking about like a mobile hotspot from your phone, like that's not even workable. Like you can't even try doing that. It's got to be like a real internet connection. And Wi-Fi can be spotty sometimes. If you want to be secure with it, I would just basically look up on like hotel.com or whatever, like for hotels that have good wired Ethernet in your area and go for that specifically.
Okay, definitely. It's something I'll look into to make sure I've got a really secure connection.
Yeah, that's super important, super important. But other than that, just carving out the time, it sounds like you've really reoriented your life to set yourself up to really buckle down over these next 4 months. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I took it twice, both when I was in college. Once I was in Washington, D.C. for an internship. And so I got to take it at Georgetown, which was kind of cool. But I did not have the time to study, and it was my very first time taking it. So after that semester, I came back and I was like, okay, I'll take it again. I'll see if maybe being on campus is a little better. And it wasn't, because it was my senior year and I had capstones to finish and things like that. So now here I am again. We're going to take it one more time. And now I would really like to be serious, which is why I decided to give myself the time that I need.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, it really sounds like you've changed up your approach this time. And so last time might have been more like almost taking it as a diagnostic. And now you're really giving it your all to build that foundation from the beginning. And 4 months is enough time to make anything happen. So I'm excited to have you on board. I'm looking forward to continuing to have you in class. And if you have any issues moving forward, just reach out.
Will do.
All right, Mary, anything else for today?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
All right. Well, I'm really glad we connected. Keep at it, and I'll see you in class soon.
Great. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.